Hey, y'all. It's time to subscribe right now.
Go ahead and click that button
Yep.
and like it.
Mm-hmm. Even if you don't like it.
That's right. Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast, your place to level up your relationship. In today's episode, forget about the Joneses. The word of the day. Like, who are the Joneses? We're going to tell you who the Joneses are. We're about
you
to tell
already
you.
know who the Joneses are.
Y'all
man.
know
I
who
wanna
the
hear that.
Joneses
You know
are.
what I'm saying? What's up, y'all?
Hey, guys.
Hey, baby. How you
Hey.
doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You are?
I am.
Because you got some caffeine this morning?
Y'all,
we've been staying up late.
Little caffeine.
We have been staying up late,
you.
and we've been telling you already while we've been staying up late. We have this 30-day intimacy boot camp that is beginning in just a couple of days.
And I am so excited.
I'm excited about it too, man. I am literally amped up about this
I am
joint.
too.
I think it's gonna be great.
I think so too.
I really do. I think people are going to really be blessed by it. I can already tell right now what has been happening as we've been interacting with the group. I mean, we haven't even really started anything for real yet.
Yeah.
But it's like
We're
something. I think
yeah.
something happens when you make the commitment and when you decide this is what we're going to do for our relationship. I think you start getting excited about you guys again. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I just love how people are opening up.
I do too, man. It's already
You
starting to
know,
happen.
Opening up with us
Yeah.
and just being excited about being a part of a group
Yes.
of couples
Yes.
who all going through the same stuff.
Exactly
Like
right.
we all go through the same stuff. And
Yeah.
sometimes people don't realize that. They think it's just them.
Right.
It's not just you.
No.
And so here's a community of people
Yep.
who go through the same things you go through.
Yes.
And then we can all be together saying, help us, Lord. What do we do to get through
Exactly.
this?
But
And we can help you
I
and
think
show
something happens
you.
when that community comes together. It feels like you're part of something that you can do together. It doesn't feel like you're by yourself. It's not as isolating.
Exactly.
And by the way, right now with all this stuff that's going on, you feel kind of isolated, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you're away from
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
This will give you a chance to see people
It
and all that.
will.
So it's going to be
It
great.
will.
Now, our episodes always drop on Friday. So if you're watching this on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
then you still have an opportunity to sign up because we actually still have our discount happening right now. $297 is what it
Yes,
costs
yes.
for this right here.
right.
But, it's a lot of stuff in there, you know?
Yeah, you got your couples assessment and workbook. You
Yep.
got 4 weekly 60-minute group coaching sessions, 4 courses on firing up your sex life, daily intimacy strengthening couple challenges, which I'm so excited about
That's gonna be
because
really
the
dope.
challenges are so good.
That's every single day.
And access to private Facebook community, which we
Yes.
talked about is such a blessing because
That accountability.
that accountability.
Yeah, I think the
And
accountability
you have a
piece
family
is
of
the
couples
piece
now.
that will take it to the next level for
I
you.
agree.
Because I feel like there are things you can do. You can commit to stuff as a couple. You can say you're going to do something. And then what happens is, I don't know, you get caught up in stuff. Life happens. You
yeah,
got kids, you got
yeah.
work, you got school, you got all this
Yeah,
stuff. And you end up falling off. But if you're in a group of people that's all focusing on the same thing for a month,
Yeah.
that 30 days, it's going to be hard to fall off when you
Right.
got 40 other couples doing this with
encouraging you,
Exactly.
encouraging each other.
And rather, we're up to 41 couples now. We're only taking 50, so we only got 9
yes.
slots left.
Actually, it's 42.
It is 42. You're right. It was 41 earlier, but it's 42 now.
Yeah, it's 42
You're right.
now.
Yeah.
So
8
join
couples
us.
left. Yeah. So
Join us,
so
join
anyway,
us.
that's why April
that's
needs
why we're
caffeine.
amped. And that's why I'm excited too. It's like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, the caffeine definitely
Helped you. Okay, so today's subject, you said you don't have to keep up with the Joneses, or you don't have to worry about the Joneses. Or how'd you put it?
I said
Forget about the
Forget
Joneses.
about the Joneses. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so in our live on Wednesday night, which we have a live Wednesday night at 9, so join us.
Right.
Okay. And in that live, we talked about how after marriage, sometimes your partner changes.
Yeah.
And they become a person that you didn't expect or you didn't know.
Yeah.
Which we also said that it may be just the person was always like that.
And you just didn't see it.
And you just didn't see it because, you're blinded by love and
Oh, your head's in the clouds.
heads in the clouds.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
when
yeah.
things begin to settle down.
Right. Hey, a little secret, by the way.
Okay.
You usually aren't blinded by love. It's usually lust that blinds you.
That's true.
Just so that
let
you
me
know.
let me correct that.
I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
You were saying it parenthetically. You said it like air quotes.
Yes,
And I think
yes.
people would know what you meant.
Yes, they did.
But the reality is, you're not really blinded by love. It's usually lust that blinds you.
That's true.
Love opens your eyes.
It does.
When it's real. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. But I do believe that you can still be in the clouds.
No question.
And not see certain things.
Yes.
I do believe that.
Yes.
And so sometimes we get married. And not sometimes, we do. We're able to just be free now.
Right.
And the longer, the more time goes by, the freer you are to be who you really are.
Exactly.
And you don't even realize you're not totally who you are until you get settled. You know what I mean?
Now that we've been married this long, I realize that, you know, when we were early on in our marriage, there were parts of me I was keeping back.
There are things I didn't see. And
there
you
were parts
didn't know.
of me I was keeping back from you.
That's true.
I'm talking about
Same
stuff
here.
I wasn't fully comfortable just showing you yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It took a little while to be able to do that.
It did. I agree with you
By
on
the
that
time we
one.
got to our first anniversary, I felt like you had shown me everything, though. I didn't feel like you were still holding stuff to year 5.
No, but I'm saying I don't think you subconsciously know.
I see
think
what you're saying.
you're holding it subconsciously.
Yes,
That's
you
what I
don't,
want
you
to
don't
say.
think you consciously
I
know.
don't think you consciously
Yes.
know
Right.
that you're holding back.
Right.
I mean,
You're
not even
probably
that
right.
you're holding back, but that your whole self is out there. You
Right.
may not even know who you really are all the way, especially
Sometimes
when
you're
you get
discovering-
married at 21 and
You're right.
22.
You're
You know,
right.
that's not really
Yeah, sometimes you're still discovering yourself.
Right.
Or growing up or
exactly.
whatever. That's true.
Right. So,
Yeah, I got
you
married-
know,
we got married in
I
December.
believe that we were still trying to find ourselves as well.
I agree.
You know,
we're still
but-
developing.
But I will say, I think that sometimes when somebody says they changed,
Mm-hmm.
what's really happening is who they really are came out fully.
And
Okay.
or who or your ability to see
Who they really are.
is better.
Yes.
Right.
It's
Yes.
cleared.
Yes.
Your vision is
Right,
cleared
exactly.
now, and you're able to see
Mm-hmm.
what was really there all along.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
And
that
now
was all Wednesday. though.
and that was all Wednesday. Okay,
Yeah,
that was all
yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah.
But I want to add to that and say it could be disappointing for some people.
That's a good point.
It could just be, oh, okay, this is who they are. I'm okay
Right,
with that.
right.
But then it could be,
Oh man,
oh,
this is who they are.
this is not who I thought that I married. Who is this person? You know. So let's talk about that. So
Yeah. So that was
now,
that
that was
interesting.
Wednesday.
Yes, right.
So we're gonna go further today and say what?
That got us thinking, right? We also thought, and it may have come up in the conversation, we just didn't really explore it much because
Yeah, it came up a little bit.
because
I
the
don't think it
chimes
really,
the chimes be in the
chimes
comments.
be going.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you are on
something
our
like this-
live, you know that the chimes
Yeah, yeah.
are people who,
So
They know how to chime in.
somehow this came up. There's something that happens when you become married. You join this sort of marriage group. You become part of
Mm-hmm.
it. Some of us are fortunate enough to have that. Maybe everybody doesn't have it, but sometimes you have this. You as a couple end up being part of a larger married community. You may go to some, marriage retreat and meet other married couples. Maybe you had friends that were already married before now, and you
and
couldn't
now you
hang.
guys
and
hang
now you
out
can hang a
hard,
little more.
harder than you did before, right?
And what happens is, this happened to us a little bit, if we're honest. What happens is, when you start seeing other couples up close, you start figuring out who the Joneses are, and then you want to keep up with them. You know, the Joneses are in every group. The Joneses are the ones that everybody wants to be like.
Right.
They got, his and her matching cars. They got the bigger house. Maybe it's just a McMansion, but it's a mansion. Whatever
Right,
it is,
right.
They both got great careers. They look good. They dress well. They're fit. They're in shape. Whatever it is.
Their kids are, if they have kids, they're always on point and they're talented as what?
Yes.
They play the piano. They
Yeah,
do this.
yeah,
They're the best in sports.
Yes,
They
there's always
they always got clean haircuts and the
Something.
hairdos and
So there's always some married couple, and there may be more than one. Maybe you join this group of people. You're newly married. They're all married and experienced. Maybe they all have something that you would want to aspire to. And what starts to happen is you get this temptation to try to keep up with them and try to do things like they do it. And sounds to me like what you're saying, babe, is forget the Joneses. That sounds like you're saying not don't hang with them, but
No.
but stop trying to be like them.
Well, yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with looking up to a couple
Agreed.
who is, a great couple. They're married, and you like the way that they treat each other. You
Yeah.
like the way they show how marriage should be.
Right.
I don't think anything's wrong with that, but I
No,
think it
I don't either.
turns when it's about what you have and looking like. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about trying to look like this awesome couple that looks. It's all about when we come on the outside, I want to look like we're a power couple.
Okay, so you bring us
Even
some-
if you're
yes,
not.
Yes.
Even if you're not a
yes.
power couple. And I'm going to just say, based on what you said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
when I was single, I wasn't looking at married couples.
Neither was I.
So you're not even paying attention.
Right, true.
Now, you might see a married couple and say, oh, they're so cute
Right,
together.
right,
Oh, my
right,
goodness.
right,
yes.
right,
Or
right.
when I get married, I want to be like them
Right.
in that kind of way.
Right.
But not where you're looking, you're hanging with married couples and beginning to compare yourself with them. You're not doing that when you're single.
Right.
But when you're married, you might end up comparing yourself to
Yes.
other couples.
Yes.
And I'm talking about what is on the outside, because most of the time other couples aren't telling you their deepest, darkest
A lot
issues.
of times the only things you can see right away are the things that are on the outside. That's the
Exactly.
stuff that you notice.
Right.
And by the way,
Right.
that stuff is usually superficial.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that stuff isn't as important as the real stuff that
Right.
is down below that's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so let's get into this because you just said it. You just said that really the problem is that we're trying to look like the Joneses.
Right.
Keeping up with them is really wanting other people, if we define what we're talking about here, wanting other people to look at us with the same admiration that we have for those
That's
Joneses.
it.
So now what we'll do is
Yeah.
we'll make it look like we'll post things, we'll do whatever we have to do to give people the impression
Speak it.
that we're like those other people over there that we look up to, when in
Right.
fact they're like that for a reason. Or maybe they're just fake. I don't know. But most of the time they're not. Usually we're drawn to people who are really like that. Usually that's how it works.
Yeah. Who are really like what?
Who are really like the thing that we see in them that we like. So for instance, if they really look like they have a good relationship, or they seem like they have really good, well-mannered kids, or they're both in shape, whatever this is that we're looking at, usually those things are things that look real to us. That's what
Okay.
draws us to them.
Right. It looks right.
And what we're
Okay.
trying to do, we're trying to get other people to look at us that same way, and we'll do whatever we can to do it, sometimes even faking
Yeah.
to make it look like we have what they
yeah,
have,
yeah,
when in
yeah.
fact we really don't.
Right.
Which,
Because
by the
you're
way,
trying to keep up with them.
here's the thing, though. I think that fakers, people can detect fake.
Yes, they
I
can.
don't know why. I don't know how. There's something in us that we can detect it.
Yes.
And so what you're trying to get,
Some people.
some people
Some
can
people
detect
can
fake.
detect it.
That's true. Now,
Let's make it clear.
fake people usually can't detect fake.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Because they're so caught up in keeping up with
That's right. They don't
and
even
trying to
notice
be
till
like
it's
that.
fake.
It blinds them.
You're right. You're right, babe. That is so true.
It does. You know that's the truth.
But here's my point, though. What you're really drawn to in that couple
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that they're real. And so when you end up trying to be like them
Yeah.
with fake stuff,
Yeah.
what it does is it makes real people around you get repulsed by you.
That's true.
It doesn't draw them to you.
No.
It makes you be like, man, these people are so fake.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
So-
the real people might be fake with you.
True. They may act like, yeah. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
I'm not just fake with you in that, hey y'all, da, da, da. And really they don't really like being around them because
Yeah.
they are not real.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying
So-
forget about the Joneses. You're basically saying forget about trying
Forget
to
about
keep up
trying
with
to
them,
be
look like
like
them, be them.
this couple on the outside. Okay, so let's make that clear, because a couple on the inside that
Mm-hmm.
is actually doing a good job trying to keep their marriage
Yes,
healthy,
yes.
I think you should be keeping up with those.
Trying to emulate them.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do,
Right.
because
Keep those
that's-
people in your circle.
That's right, because
Yeah.
that is the character of your marriage. You
I
want to
see.
build the character of your marriage.
Yes. So
You know what
people
I'm
with
saying?
good marriage
character,
character,
you want
to be around. You want to emulate. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But when you talk about outside, so let's think about this,
Mm-hmm.
because let's say, and I'm going to say, okay, we got married. And okay, at this time I was about 26,
Mm-hmm.
27. And there was this couple who they definitely were a keep up with the Joneses type people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they were.
Okay.
But
you
it-
could tell that.
Yes,
All
but
right.
it was something
I don't know.
about.
I don't know who you're talking
Okay,
about.
but
yet.
it was something, when I start talking, you'll know.
Okay.
It was something about them, though, that made me feel like, well, really more her.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more like me, because this can be individual.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be couple. It doesn't have to be us as a couple trying to keep up with the Joneses. It could be me as a wife
Got it.
trying to keep up with that wife.
Ah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so
okay.
I saw this wife,
Mm-hmm.
and man, she did everything. When I say she was the Martha Stewart for black women.
Except she didn't go to jail.
For black women. She was the black Martha Stewart.
No prison.
Okay, I'm talking about everything on point. I'm
Okay.
talking stuff, her house, every party she threw, I'm talking about, and
I still don't know who you're talking
I
about.
looked at her and said, man, is this what he would rather have from me? You see what I'm saying? Not
Yes.
that you didn't appreciate me, or I didn't feel
Right.
like you loved me,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
It was me. This was my issue.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I know you're talking about that.
Right. And so
And hold
And
on,
it's a
hold
good-
on, hold on. The answer is no.
He didn't.
I always liked what I had. I wasn't trying to get
He wasn't
Martha
trying
Stewart,
to. He wasn't trying to get Martha
AKA
Stewart.
whatever her name is. Anyway, go ahead.
He wasn't trying to get Martha Stewart, but again, this was my own thing.
Right.
And I was newly married. So I was like, is that how and even though I have a wonderful mother who I can't keep up with her because she was the bomb. I feel like they don't make them like they used to.
Right,
Okay.
that's true.
That's,
Right.
But it was different because she was closer to my age. And so I'm watching her be just perfect
Right.
at everything
Right.
when it comes to outward stuff.
Yes.
Man. And so I was like,
That put a lot of pressure on you.
that did.
Undue pressure,
My
really.
own pressure.
Right.
No one was putting
No one's
this
putting it
on
on
me.
you.
You weren't
Right.
putting it on me.
Right.
My friends, parents,
Right.
whatever, family
Yes.
wasn't doing that.
Right.
But I did that, and it actually caused me to be trying so hard to do this that it blocked out the things I needed to be focused on in my own family. And now this wasn't a long period of time of this, but it was enough months that went by that it actually caused me a little stress. It caused me a little anxiety because I was trying
I
to.
remember you during that time. I remember
Yeah.
you constantly asking me
constantly
whether or
asking.
not you felt like I wanted to be.
Did I need to do this? And,
right.
you know,
Should I do
yeah.
this? Should I do
Should
that?
I
And then
do
one
it?
day you just came out and said, "Do you want me to be like her?" I was like, "Are you serious?"
I mean, he literally started laughing out loud.
No.
And I know
Right.
this sounds so silly. And if ladies out there, if you can relate somehow,
I think
let
you're
me know I wasn't crazy.
But I think you're pouring
But-
into their life right now. I think there's a lot of people out there that feel this way. I honestly do. And I
But
think
once I let that thing go,
And so here's what I'm saying. I think what your message to them is, it's not only okay for you to let that go. It's necessary.
need to.
You need not just you need to.
No.
Like there is something that I believe happens when God creates us and then when he brings us together as a couple and stuff like that. I believe there's something there that needs to be there. That's only there when we're being who we're supposed to be.
Right.
That when we're trying to be somebody else, we lose it.
and that's what was happening.
Yeah.
I was losing my ability to find out who I was as a wife and mother.
Because
You know what I
you're
mean?
trying so hard
Because I was
to
trying
keep up with
so
the
hard
outward part.
to keep up with
Yeah.
the outward part and couldn't keep up, mind you.
Right. It was impossible.
Because you know what I'm saying? I was unable to keep up
Yeah.
with that level.
Yeah.
And what I realized, I didn't even want that. But
And neither did your husband.
but I thought that you did, and I thought it would make me look like this wife, this
Yeah.
perfect wife.
Yeah.
You
Which
know
is
what
what
I
you were
mean?
striving for.
Which is what I was striving, and then I realized as we continue to go throughout our marriage and go throughout helping other people, there is no perfect wife
Right. Or perfect husband.
or perfect husband.
Or perfect
There's
marriage.
no perfect couple. There's no
Yeah.
perfect anything.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's okay to strive to be better
That's
and
right.
to constantly grow and all that kind of stuff.
And I do think it's important to have
finding
other
out who
couples
you
with you.
are.
Yes. Yes. I
You
think
know,
that,
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think it's important to have other couples with you. I think it's important to put yourself in good company, to have good examples,
Yeah.
to have mentor type couples that have been married 10 years or 20 years or something
Yeah.
like that to help you with pitfalls. So none of that is bad. That's
Or
not
e-
keeping up with the Joneses.
No,
Not what we're talking about.
No, that's not keeping. Or even
Right.
a couple that is your same age or whatever.
True.
And that you guys just bounce things off of each other.
Yes,
you
that's
talk
all
about
good.
things. That's all good.
Yeah.
But I was looking on the outside,
Right.
and I'm saying that's what I mean by be done with the Joneses because. Get rid of them because it keeps you from being able to establish yourself as
Yes.
a mother, as a wife,
Yes.
even,
a husband, as a father.
even as a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true. You're
Even
right.
as a boyfriend,
Yeah.
like if you're trying to build something to get to the point of marriage, you can't be trying to be like sister girl over here or bro man over there, and that ain't you. That was not me. I don't even like arts and crafts like that. You know what I'm saying? The only way I like arts and crafts is out in the classroom with my kids.
Right.
But I'm not.
That's probably why you don't like it at home because you're always doing that at school.
Yeah, I like to take a nail and put it in the wood and let's hammer that thing in. Let's go around. And
You wanna paint.
Let's
You want-
build. Let's
you
paint.
wanna- you wanna renovate rooms and stuff
yeah,
like
which
that.
is not typically what the wife, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know
Yeah,
what typically.
right.
I'm just saying like I needed to just embrace the things that I like to do outwardly. We're talking about the outside.
Right.
We're talking
Yeah.
about the outside.
Yeah.
That is me.
Uh-huh.
Not the outside that's Susie.
Right.
And I'm trying to be like
So you
Susie.
can look like that so people
Yeah.
can say to you, oh, man,
Oh
you're
man,
so great.
she's so great.
Yeah.
She's the Martha Stewart.
Right.
I don't want to be Martha Stewart. I don't even like that kind of stuff.
And you don't like jail.
And I do not like prison.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I want to pay my taxes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't need you Martha Stewart. All right, so I think that should lead us to our word of the day then.
Yes.
What's our word of the day today?
Bona fide.
bona fide. Wow.
Bona fide, and that's a word we don't really use.
That's true. Okay, here's what it means. Bona fide means genuine, real. That's when it's an adjective.
Okay.
But when it's an adverb, here's what it means. Sincerely, without intention to deceive.
Ooh, I like the adverb. I like the adverb.
Without intention to deceive, y'all. Okay, so this is what we're saying. We're saying it's time to forget about all the other stuff and just be authentically you.
Yes.
If you really want people to be, if you want people to be drawn to you, if that's your goal, then it's going to be hard to do it anyway, because, that shouldn't be your goal. But I'm saying, if you want that, what the best way to get to it is to just be authentic.
But I think it's
people
okay
are drawn to.
I think that's okay to want people to be drawn to you in that. Well, I know what you're going to say.
Go ahead.
But what I mean is, if you want to pour into someone love and you like to nurture, you're the type of person who wants to help people. Some people just naturally like that. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to draw people to you so that you can bless them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm with that.
All right.
All right.
Even
But
though
here's what I'm saying.
I know what you're thinking.
Yes, but here's the best way to do that, though. The best way is not to be fake, because in my opinion, there's always something there down beneath the surface that a person can feel when you're not being authentically who you are. The best way is to just be who you are. Bona fide.
Yeah, bona fide. Because
what I'm saying?
Also,
genuine.
When you're fake, you bring fake.
That's true, too.
Because like you said, people who aren't fake don't want to be with people who are fake.
Right.
But fake attracts fake.
Exactly.
So just know that if you're not being who you are, the people who you have around you aren't either.
True.
And they're not being genuine with you.
Yeah.
So if you want authentic relationships and that kind of thing, be you. And you just have to accept the people that come. Because those are people who are drawn to you and your personality and who you are.
Yeah.
Accepting who you are, I think, is the best way to go to be the best wife, to be the best mother, than trying to be like somebody else. And I know that firsthand.
I agree with
because those few months, they were awful. I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even like
So bona fide, y'all. Yeah. You got to be bona fide who you are. You got to be a bona fide couple. You know what I'm saying?
That's
who
right.
you are supposed to be. And like I said earlier, if you believe that God brought you together, then there's something that the two of you bring and offer to the world together as you are that you are missing out on the moment you try to be like somebody else.
Yeah.
So forget about them.
That's
just
right.
be you.
Be you as a couple.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't try to be like another couple.
Exactly.
And if you be the broke couple, you are.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Until you make some money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying enjoy it together. You don't have to be like
right.
Looking
like you something.
Like you something.
Bona fide, y'all.
Bona fide.
So hopefully that helps you guys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, and we'll see you at the boot camp.
That's true. All right, y'all.
All right.